and welcome to Hot Lips. Today we're going to be talking about what's wrong with the kids of today. I know that could be a touchy subject for a lot of people because people don't like to hear people correct or discipline their children, but you know, society today have just ruined our kids. We got to get a grip on the situation that's going on. When there are 16-year-olds and 14-year-olds shooting and killing each other, there is a serious disconnect with our youth. And I know as parents, you say, I can't control, I can't do anything with my children. But believe me, it starts at home. You have to have some rules, some discipline that would take place to help these kids today because, I mean, if you look at yourself right now, you're 40 years old or 30 years old and you're raising your kids, just think about when you get 70 or 80 years old and they have no respect for you. They have no discipline in their lives. They have not done anything with their lives. And you're saying, I just can't control them. Oh, tough love is a thing that we have to deal with. And I'm going to repeat that. Tough love. Sometimes we have to do that for our kids. I talked in the past about social media. I mean, we are letting that control our children's lives. When they have little 3 and 4-year-olds that are so educated about gun violence and sexual things, and that's a no-no. There are codes and passwords that you can put on their devices to help to control that. But I think a lot of parents, they think that that's like a babysitter. I'll just give them their tablet, or I'll just give them a phone, and I'll just let them entertain themselves. Can't do that. You have to be a parent. You have to start parenting your kids. I mean, when you can go on the computer and know how to design weapons and things of destruction for the world, bombs and stuff like that, I mean, there has to be some type of control. You have to let your children know that you are the parent. You are the person that they would come to if they're in need, if they need advice, if they need, the love that they need. You have to be the person that show your kids that. So for me, I just think that you need to control the screen time. You need to control social media in your house. And then let's not even talk about the mental health situation. When you're feeding their brains all this stuff, well, certainly they're going to have issues. They're going to have questions for you because they're just starting to learn. And they can adapt really easy to stuff that they see on the computers and on the internet. They can adapt really fast. So all that stuff start to interact with their mental state. I was looking at TV and this one little boy, he was bullied. And just from this one person bullying him, then he just went into a whirlwind of depression. But the thing that saved him was that his mom, and I'm going to say this, the internet can be good. His mom put it on the internet that he loved cars. So the people in the neighborhood, over 180 old cars showed up at the hospital when they released him from the hospital. But because kids see the bullying on TikTok, we're going to do it like this here, or we're going to jump on him, or we're going to take his tennis shoes, or we're going to mark him because he's a different type of person, a different type of child. So you have to be a parent. You have to be a parent and talk to your kids. You have to build their self-esteem up. You got to help them. Because, see, in my day, if somebody was bullying me, which I've been bullied, and so my mom said, well, what I want you to do is and this is a little story now, you're probably going to laugh about it. She said, put a rock in your purse. So I said, put a rock in my purse? She said, yeah, put a rock in your purse. So the next day, sure enough, the boy, he was waving his hands all in my face, bullying me, pulling my hair, doing all kind of stuff to me. So I took my little purse and I swung and hit him on the hand with that rock in that purse. He didn't touch me no more. He left me alone. Now, you might say, well, you were fighting. I was. But there again, I had to have some kind of defense to help myself. And that did teach the boy to stop bullying people. He wouldn't sit down and he mind his own business after that. Because he knew that he just couldn't, if I would have probably just let him continue, then as he got older, he probably got more aggressive. But see, I kind of stopped him in his track. I kind of helped him out a little bit. So there are ways that you can talk to your kids about children bullying them. And then it's always, you have to teach them how to go to school and to manage their time, because like education, our academics are declining. Kids are not learning. They're memorizing stuff because one, AI is out there for you now. It's gonna tell them all kind of stuff right quick, so they just memorize it. I mean, are they retaining it? Do they know how to do the math the correct way? Do they know how to read? Do they know how to have a conversation? You know, and then sometimes poor kids they go home, and I'm gonna tell you, parents, y'all could be a lot of drama. You know, you have to work on yourself. If you're married, you and your husband should work, or you have a partner, you and your partner should work. Don't let the kids come home every day to drama. Let the kids come home, I mean, because that could be the only safe place that the children have. So you have to help them to come home and know that this is going to be a safe place for me. I can come home and I can talk to my parent. I can talk to my grandmother. I can talk to my aunt and my uncles. I said, you know, you have to let these kids know. But most of all, we have to let them know about respect. Kids are so disrespectful today. They don't respect their grandparents, don't respect their teachers, they don't respect going to church. They just have no respect. The first thing we learned, I think, was how to respect people in our family. When you went to your grandma's house, there were rules. When you went to your aunt's, uncle's house, there were rules. When you went to church and you was chewing gum, there were rules. But today, in today's society, anything goes. Oh, I'm gonna let my kids be free. I'm gonna let my kids have their own mind and their own say. I never said don't let your kids express themselves because everybody should express themselves. But there still should be some guidelines. And as parents, we have to do better. I mean, because if you're looking at society right now and you see these 14 and 16-year-olds killing each other, that's what you got to look forward to. Because it ain't going to be no 14 and 16 years old. They're going to be all dead and in the grave. Because we're not doing what we're supposed to do as an adult, to take responsibility, to be responsible for our kids. I mean, how do you you drop a 14-year-old off, you don't even know they're packing a weapon, they go to an event, shoot the event up. You're not parenting, you're not doing your job. You need to do your job. You need to know what's in your house. Every spring, every Christmas, we did major cleanings at our house. And what we were cleaning, because if there's some marijuana or something in there, my mama was gonna know about it. And you tell me it's okay. But if, of course, if you're smoking marijuana in front of your kids, they think it's okay. I'm saying to you guys, and I know I'm probably touching a lot of toes today. I'm stepping on some feet today. But I'm asking you guys to get some control over these kids. To think about where your kid is going to be in the future. To look down the road and say to yourself, will this person be a productive person? Will this person be able to, when I'm 70 or 80 years old, not that you want them to take care of you, but believe you me, you're going to need someone to help you and aid you. And if you have not taught your kids nothing, or have not educated your kids, have not taught them how to love and to be considerate, then you're gonna be in for a big shock. You're gonna be in for a big shock as you age. So what I'm saying, I know it's difficult. I know you probably say, well, how are we gonna do all that? It's kids are just out of control. One at a time. Let's just do it one at a time. Let's just do it within our family. You know how they say it takes a village. Well, the village have changed. Most people don't stay in the same communities 20 or 30 years anymore. The village have changed. So the village should really start with your immediate family. Let me say, all my cousins, all my aunts and uncles, that should be your village. And you should talk to your kids. You should go to family gatherings. Y'all should have conversations about this within your family. Again, one at a time. I mean, you might not think that's going to affect the world, but one at a time. And if it does not affect the world, if it affects your family in a positive way, let's do it one at a time. Like I said, I just want you guys to take a look at society today and know that our kids are destroying themselves, and we're letting other people influence our children's lives. Like I said, I don't have anything wrong with technology. I am a strong believer in technology. But 20 years ago, I said our government have failed us because there were no limits to the internet. It was just, oh, get on the internet. Oh, you can get on the internet. There was no limits. There were no rules set. So now they're going back, trying to control that. It's out of control. So to have control, you have to have control within your family. You have to help control your kids. So today I'm just asking you guys to take a look at the situation. Be cautious about where you leave your kids. Be cautious about who you let be around your kids. Be cautious about who your children friends are, because only you can control what will happen to your kids in the future. Have a wonderful day.